working at pace. Okay. So work energy and power, that is basically the next topic, next chapter actually, that is the energy resources. So in energy resources, when we talk about a resource, what does it mean by a resource? Resource is something from where we can which can be converted for human needs. Okay, so a natural resource that can be converted by humans into other forms of energy in order to do useful work done, that is called your energy resource. So there are several resources. Natural resource, any natural substance or organism or energy from living things is called natural resource of energy. Sun is our most important energy resource because most of the energy is coming from the sun, directly or indirectly. So you have to remember this statement. It is also asked in your exam that which what is the most important source of your energy. So sun is the most important source of our energy. Okay, are you getting it?
Yes.
Okay. Now we divide the energy resources into two categories. One of them is renewable energy resources, and the second one are non-renewable energy resources. So renewable energy resources, by as it is clear from your name, from the name, that they can be recycled. What can we do to them? They can be recycled. A natural resource that can be used and replaced over relatively short time, that is called your renewable source. Here are several examples of that: wind, solar energy, hydroelectric power, then woods, biomass, then waves. Right? So these all energies are actually the renewable resources. So biomass is here, one by one we will discuss about that. What is the biomass resource? Actually, when there is the decomposition of your organic compounds, they are converted into biomass. Biomass means that mass which is being used to produce that natural energy resource. So organic matter that contains stored energy or energy produced by heat within the earth crust. Their examples are plants, woods, and waste. Okay. Non-industrialized countries rely heavily on biomass for energy. Gas, uh, gas oil, they are basically the plant materials that is changed into liquid fuel, just like petrol, gasoline. We can say gasoline. Their examples are plants containing sugar or starch can be made into they can be converted into alcohol, and then that alcohol is burned as a fuel or mixed with gasoline to form gas oil, gas and oil. So that can be something different. Now let's talk about geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is actually the harness heat from the earth, ground water, that seeps into a hot spot near the surface of the earth and from geysers. So basically, there are several hot spots near the earth crust, and then when the water coming closer to the earth crust, when the water coming closer to the earth crust is heated, it moves up. Okay, and it moves up, it appears in the form of basically geysers, right?
Yes.
So I can say that we can have those energy resources, we can use that energy. So natural event in which the steam and water escape, that is called your geyser. Okay, the steam is used in power plants to generate electricity. We direct that steam to the boilers, and then boilers are used to produce more and uh, I mean a steam in a specific container with specific pressure, and that pressure is used to run the turbines and electricity. So the third source is your hydroelectric energy. The electricity is produced by falling water, recycled through the water cycle. For example, dams is the example. Then we have solar energy. That is a huge source, as I told you. Sunlight and electricity are the main sources of that. Then large panels are made up from many solar cells. They are wired together to produce energy, solar energy. Okay.
Okay.
So here there are bit details. I will send you this document and then you have to read it out, read for yourself. There are some details of that. Here I have some solar collectors over there. First it was solar cells, and then here are some solar collectors. So these are actually the dark colored boxes with glass or plastic top used directly for heating. There is one building that contains solar panels throughout in the structure. That's for designing as well as for the energy resource. It is producing its own energy. Then we have solar mirroring. Solar mirrors are also used to heat up the water, or to somehow, yes, to heating the water. This is its internal structure. These are actually the solar geysers. Yeah, solar geyser. We name them solar geysers. This is its internal structure. I hope it would be clear to you. We are
Yeah.
using copper pipes. So when we provide water input, then that is ran through this this solar panel, and then basically when it passes through that, the heat is over there and it is get hot, and then it is drained out. Then wind energy is basically a form of energy which converts kinetic energy of the wind into electrical energy, and it is also a renewable source of energy. So here there are different advantages and disadvantages of different energy resources. For example, here in column number one, advantages are there, and in column number two, disadvantages are there. So solar may advantages, almost uh, it is a limitless source of energy almost, and does not produce any pollution, right? Where the disadvantage is it is expensive to use at larger scale because we are not able to catch that all energy. Then water is the renewable source of energy, does not produce air pollution. Dams produces no hazard. Just one is that is flooding. Then dams disrupts the river's ecosystem. This is one of the disadvantages. For example, the fishes and all that stuff which would be damaged when you will stop the river and to make the dam, then available only in the areas where rivers are there. So this is the one limitation. Then we have waste, uh, or wind. No, sorry, I have eliminated that. Wind that is relatively expensive to generate, so it does not produce air pollution. That is its benefit. The only practical in windy areas. This wind energy is only practical in windy areas, right? Then we have geothermal. It is almost limitless source of energy. That is due to power plants required a little land, and this only practical in the location near hot spots like volcanic areas. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is also having a hazard that we have to mount or install our system near volcanic areas. Then we have biomass. Now let's talk about converting natural resources. So, sorry, conserving natural resources. There are so many natural resources like your fossil fuels, coal, petrol, gasoline, all that. So, natural gas is one of the natural resource which is used in domestic boilers and cookers. So crude oil, which is refined into petrol, diesel, and other fuels. This is simply coal. This is oil, right? And this is the natural gas. So they all are from natural resources. Fossil fuels are formed from the remains of the plants and animals, and this is non-renewable source. Okay, then chemical energy stored in the fossil fuel, that is basically used as an energy source. Then its advantages are this is available everywhere, but it is limited, and its disadvantages, this limitation is one of its disadvantage, that it would be vanished after some time, right? We are using it without any gap. So for the next generation it would be difficult. So we have an estimate that after 200 years it would be gone. Then we have another disadvantage. It produces carbon dioxide. It causes greenhouse effect. I mean global warming. Then sulfur dioxide. It causes acid rains. So there are so many disadvantages over there. So use of fossil fuel. Fossil fuel is used in transport, electricity generation, heating, transportation. Right. These are some other you know uses. You know those all uh, very efficiently. And here are some resources, that which resource produces how much global energy consumption. This is a survey of 2019. Oil produces 33%, coal produces 27%, natural gas produces 24%. So rest 16% is produced by nuclear energy and other renewable resources. So they are the mega source of energy. So we have to consider them. Okay,
Okay.
right. So this was basically a sort of energy resource. Now we will talk about nuclear energy. A nuclear fuel. Nuclear fuel is basically uranium usually, which is causing fission in nuclear power plants or atom bombs. But because bombs are not under control, that's why I do not use, or I do not consider it as an energy resource. So uranium is split into two small particles and then energy is released. Right? This is a chain reaction. In that topic, inshallah, I will make you clear. And then it is nuclear fission and then fusion. Okay, advantages are that it produces a lot of energy. I mean, 1 kg uranium is producing one energy equivalent to almost 1 ton coal. So it produces a lot of energy. Disadvantages are radiation contamination in the atmosphere, nuclear uh, hazards. Okay, then we can say that there would be some sort of heat coming out of the that power plant or reactor. It will cause a lot of damages to the society. Then we have waves and tides. They are actually very less powerful source of energy, but that can be used. Then it has some advantage and disadvantage. Hydroelectric power plants, I told you that how to produce the electricity, and then I told you the advantages and disadvantages of that as well. Then geothermal, we discussed that in detail, its advantages and disadvantages we did. And then uh, yes, fusion means when two protons two pair of protons merge together. When two pair of proton merge together and they give energy, this is usually happening in hydrogen and helium in the stars. Right? This all is happening even in the sun. It is okay. Is
Okay.
it clear to all?
Yes.
Then this is that document what I will send to you, and inshallah you will be very clear in that. All that was a theory, and I hope that you will get it. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Okay. So inshallah we will discuss about